Hey guys, today watch as I give this shed a full makeover for under $30. Alright, so out here on the property, we have a shed right beside our orchard. There's our orchard. We got apples, pears. And then here is the shed. So, the plan is to give it a new coat of paint, clean it up, fix some of the damage that's happened over time from the rain, clean up a lot of the stuff around here. Before we moved in, this was actually used as a chicken coop. So chickens were laying eggs in here, and as you can see, there's a doorway that they would go out into the field. And the floor is pretty beaten up in here as well, so we'll clean that up. And then the plan, I'm going to keep that wood color, and then the sides I'm going to paint all white. So first things first, some of the wood, as you can see, has severely damaged. We are going to be replacing that, and we're going to be using some scrap wood that we already have on hand. The goal here is to spend as little money as humanly possible, so for the vast majority of things for this project, it's going to be stuff that we either have around the property or are left over from another project. Next, we're just going to prep everything. As you can see here, my husband is power washing it. Not only is this going to clean all of the dirt off of both the inside and the outside, it's actually going to prep it for painting as well, because it's going to be our substitute for sanding, and it's going to save us some time. Alrighty, so we have cleaned the inside and the outside. It took a lot of scrubbing, especially on the inside, because there was years worth of chicken waste in there. The floors, they were clearly painted, and there were so many holes and so much waste in them. We were never really going to get that chicken smell out of it, so what we decided to do is rip it up. We actually have brand new leftover wood from when we did shelving in our shop, so we're just going to use the leftover wood from that, and it's going to cost us $0 extra, and it's better than just throwing the old wood out. So this here's my paint collection. A lot of this paint I bought, there was a lot, especially the bigger cans that were here when we moved in, almost to the point where it was overwhelming. But I was able to find at least like 5 cans, or maybe 6 cans of white paint. So they were all of varying levels of fullness. So what I did was the ones with the least amount of paint, I used those as the first coat. And then I made sure that the top coat, I used one of the fuller cans. That way it went across the entire shed and there wasn't any issues or any discrepancies in the color. It was all nice and consistent, and it gave us the amount of coats we needed, especially on the outside where we were going from a darker color to a lighter color. On another note, I did have a cool video clip of us painting the outside. Super cool, really satisfying to watch. I lost it, so unfortunately all I have right now are clips of us painting the inside, but you're gonna see kind of what it looks like the before and after, because I think that the outside of the shed was definitely the most impactful part, thanks to this paint that we spent literally $0 on. So next I'm gonna go ahead and work on the windows. The situation before was kind of sketchy. I mean, it had closet shelves being used, it had chicken wire, so anything will look better than that. This here's the paint I'm going to be using. It's nice because it doesn't take a lot of prep, and I really don't feel like spending a whole lot of time on this piece to prep it. So this will take very little prep, and it's also just a really nice warm white color, which I think will look really nice. I got one window from the side of the road for free, and then the other window I found at a garage sale. They're not the perfect size, but they're pretty damn close, and I think they look a lot better. And then I just went ahead with my favorite fusion paint and just did a few coats of that. This fusion paint is my favorite type of paint and my favorite color, so I use it on a lot of my projects. I had my wedding recently, and a lot of the things I painted with this color, so I didn't have to actually go out and buy this paint alone just for this project. I already had it on hand, and the nice thing about this paint is that it goes a long way, so it really didn't take that much paint for me to cover both windows with multiple coats. One thing I actually liked about the sketchy old situation with the windows was that it was nice and breezy. And I wanted to kind of maintain that, and I didn't want to just shut it up with glass windows and have it stuffy in there. So what we decided to do is we decided to make it so that we could open the windows. We went out to the hardware store, we bought some hinges and a little clasp. That way we can open it from the outside just to get a little bit of a breeze in there if we end up going in there for extended periods of time. And here is the wood I was talking about earlier, so we're just going to go ahead and lay that down and screw it in, and then we got brand new floors. It was already cut up in nice little pieces, so it was super easy for us to just go ahead, lay it down, and once we were happy with it, just screw it in, and that was it. Pretty simple. So earlier in the project, I went ahead and I took some of the barn wood aside that was just chilling at the side of the shed. I had this vision that I wanted to pull like a Joanna Gaines moment and have a little potting station inside my shed. Kind of unpractical, but that's what I wanted while I was overlooking the orchard, planting stuff that I would inevitably kill. However, I figured that it would be pretty easy for us to put up, and we're not having to spend any extra money other than some larger brackets just to make sure that it holds the weight of both the board and whatever I decide to put on it. And it has proved to be super useful and super cute, and it's definitely one of my favorite parts of this project. Little dog I found originally with the shed. I really liked it, thought it was cute. It was rusted, the same color. We're gonna get a new puppy in. And the lanterns, I just got them from Facebook Marketplace for $5 each, and we didn't rough them in or anything. It's just purely aesthetic. Don't hate me. These chairs I found on Facebook Marketplace. I just did a coat of white paint, that same fusion white, just to put them in the orchard. It's pretty cute when you're looking from inside the shed. And there you have a full shed makeover for about $30. It's one of my favorites. It was definitely super fun to do it and super cost effective. Let me know what you think. Bye.